YouTube, vinyl community, Beatles fans, random people on the internet, my name is Giggens, and we're here tonight to talk about the Beatles' Let It Be 2021 remix by Giles and Sam. Look how cool the cover looks. They did such a good job of making the pictures come to life more. Just more of a natural kind of lighting instead of the super contrasty looking lighting of the original. This album, for a lot of Beatles fans, has always been kind of the last one people talk about. And it's understandably so. It does feel a little half-baked at moments. There's a handful of absolute classic tracks on here, and there's a handful that are like, are these really going to be Beatles songs? So, for me personally, it's one of my least played Beatles albums. That said, I still love it, and I think it's fantastic, and if it's got the Beatles name on it, I'm going to listen to it and appreciate it, but also with that said, they could do better on multiple facets of what this is. So I love this new mix because it takes the original album and elements of Let It Be Naked and kind of mixes a little concoction together. So you do have the original string arrangements, but they're toned down. They're not slapping you upside the head being like, you love the strings, don't you? Please tell me you love the strings. And then Let It Be Naked just took all that stuff off. So having a little bit of both makes for a much more enjoyable listen. So I've really been into this album lately. It's been fun to really get into, and hearing all the demos and the bonus tracks on here in much better quality than we've heard in bootlegs for over the last 100 years has been pretty fun too. I do intend on picking up one of the box set versions at some point, but for now the 2 CD set is holding me over. Then I can play it all on Spotify as well. But it opens up with Two of Us, one of the most wonderfully warm, romantic, nostalgic songs the Beatles ever put to tape, and it's great having John and Paul sing together. That warm harmony, that sweet little acoustic guitar, that little refrain, the whistling at the end, and Paul's solo vocal is just so loving. There's such a heart and a soul and a warmth to this song that really speaks to the nature of their chemistry as friends, but also as storytellers. This is definitely Paul writing about Linda, for sure. But, the whole we're going home feeling, like, you feel it. The music itself is warm enough to accent what the lyrics are about. It's just a great, sweet little song. What a journey to jump into with that one. Then you get I Dig a Pony or Dig a Pony, depending on which album you're looking at. Sometimes they say either, but that riff, holy moly, it's such a cool riff. Excellent stuff. Although I've always loved the demo versions where it plays that, and then it jumps into the All I Want Is You bit, but for some reason Phil Spector was like, nah, let's just chop that off and make our own little thing here. But John is singing about God knows what. Ringo's got some excellent drumming on this after he blows his nose, and just the hi-hat and shuffle work he does is fantastic. Ringo is such a good drummer, but classic guitar solo on this thing where you can sing along to it, which is a very Beatles thing, but it's just a fun, funky, rockin' song, and a lot of John's songs are about nothing, and he's openly said that. This one might be about something, or it might be about nothing, or it might be about everything, but if you want, you can dig a pony. I love that song. Then you get Across the Universe, another older John song at this point. It's dreamy, it's angelic, and it's definitely cosmic. It's one of those songs that sounds like it's from a different dimension. And John reaches the stars on this one. The production is so much better on this because the original one I always felt a little muddy, and then they put all these syrupy strings just dripping all over it like honey and molasses just pouring over it slowly. So to dumb down the strings a little bit and bring up John and his guitar makes it sound like a Beatles song. And I'm fine with the strings, but when they overtake the song, it just kills the momentum, it kills the flow and the feeling, and it doesn't make it sound like the Beatles, It makes it sound like Phil Spector's putting his magic all over it, or his crap, or however you want to put it. So hearing it in this new mix, I think, gives it new life, and I really appreciate that. But, the chorus on this song is a mission statement. It really is. When he sings "Nothing's Gonna Change My World," you feel it, and you feel like, yeah, I can take on what I want. Whatever challenges come my way, I can handle it. I can do this. That acoustic guitar is comforting. The whole feeling about this song is just oneness, one with it all. Then you get I Me Mine, which is the Threedles, if you will. And they're just rocking and shredding all over this thing. And this version, I will say, kind of dumbs down the biting or the striking feeling of the original guitar. It sounds a lot cleaner here, whereas on the original mix, it was a lot messier, which I kind of enjoy that more, but this does sound really phenomenal as is. But really great to hear George give a great rocker, and the chorus is just so fun and well constructed. It's one of those songs where you hear it and you're like, damn, these guys were good. You know, like they really knew how to write a good song, but good on you, George. Then you get Dig It, which is here because John liked the phrase, and it was from a very long jam, and they just took out that little bit and threw it on the album. And then you get Let It Be, because why not? And I mean, what more can be said? It's one of the most gorgeous ballads ever written. Paul singing about his mom and how he can overcome struggles, you know, by that phrase, let it be. Sometimes you just can't take care of something, or you can't handle a situation, but if you let something be and sit still for a little bit, maybe you'll come up with a better decision instead of having a knee-jerk reaction to something. Think about it for a minute and then come back to it. And you know, the whole song is about looking out for yourself and figuring things out. And I love that message. And it had to be one of those moments where, like, after they recorded it, they must have looked at each other and be like, did we really just play that song? Like, that must have been like a really good song. It must have been one of those moments where they just like had that glass shattering moment of like, wow. And then to think that they just sat on that. That song was never considered for like Abbey Road. Like, well, we'll just use that for something else later on. Let It Be. Like, that's like Brian writing Smile and then being like, nah, let's not put that out. Billy Preston shines on this album, but particularly I love his work on this song and Get Back as well, but he's really, really good on Let It Be. George's solo is absolutely incredible, and Ringo's drums on this one, again, the shuffling bit that he does, it's fantastic. It's just a comforting, nostalgic, and hopeful song, and it's definitely, you know, worthy of having the album named after it. You get Maggie May, which is an old traditional pub song, just them goofing around. And then I've Got a Feeling, which has always been one of my favorites. Ever since I was a little kid, that was one of those songs where I was like, damn, this song is cool. That guitar riff, you know, John's bit mixes in well with Paul's bit. And just hearing them rock out is fantastic. And what I really like about this album is that you get to hear them having fun playing old style rock and roll, which was coming back into fashion a little bit at that point. You know, after like Sgt. Pepper, Mystery Tour, White Album, you know, you didn't really hear them let loose and have rock and roll moments where, like, you know, especially Paul's rock and roll scream, like his Long Tall Sally or I'm Down kind of stuff. So hearing him do I've Got a Feeling and One After 909 and, you know, hearing him do these moments where he lets loose is really fun. Love that song. Just a great rockin' track. And then One After 909, like I said, another one of my favorites. Thank God they remembered that song out of the back corners of their mind somewhere. And this version is so fantastic. George's solo just wails through this thing. It's an outstanding, upbeat, up-tempo rock and roll song. You can't go wrong with this one. Yeah, the lyrics are kind of dumb, but who cares? It's a fun freaking song. It's great. Album highlight for sure. And you get The Long and Winding Road, you know, which is a bit syrupy, a bit sappy, but overall really nice song. Their last single at the time, another song about Linda. And the sentiment of love on this track is tangible. You can feel how much love went into this song, and it's a classic for a reason. I mean, it really hits all the marks for being a beautiful song. And what's cool about this mix too is that they dumbed down the strings again. So, you know, they raised up the piano, they raised up Paul's vocal. So it's a much better mix of the song itself. And you can also hear Paul near the end, if you listen closely here, don't leave me waiting, or don't keep me waiting. You can hear that a little more up in the mix. Whereas in the original album, you gotta like really listen to it. But they would do that bit live with Wings a few years later. For You Blue, one of George's best blues songs. You can tell they're all having a great time on this. John's slide guitar is fantastic. George's vocal ad-libs are hilarious. You know, Elmore James got nothing on this baby. Like, it's such a good phrase. Outstanding and warm track. And I just love the sentiment behind it. It's just a really cool song. And George's voice is sly and chill. Excellent track. And it ends with Get Back, which is one of the best things the Beatles ever did, and a song that Paul still plays every single concert, along with Let It Be and Long and Winding Road. But, you know, it's rocking, it's steady, it's stomping. Billy Preston is phenomenal on this track. The whole thing cranks through nonstop, and you can just tell they were into it. And, you know, we see the clips of them playing it and rehearsing it. They're like, you want to play that again? And everyone's like, yeah, let's do it again. No one was tired of that song. So it's very cool to hear them be excited all the time about a track. But that's disc one. And then disc two, I'm not going to go through everything on it, but it's really cool to hear them, you know, talking to the camera, or talking to each other. The little bits of hearing them play Please Please Me or Every Little Thing is fun as they figure out what they're going to do for the rooftop or for a concert. It wasn't a rooftop concert at that point, but, you know, what they were going to do for their TV special, what they were going to play, because they were like, should we play some old ones and some new ones? We want to make sure people are happy here. But, you know, it's really cool. It gets some everyday life from them throughout January of '69 and a little bit of 1970. But here's the back cover. I love the packaging on this. They really did a phenomenal job. A little slipcase there. And then you get a book, as they say in A Hard Day's Night. But it's cool. They also put a sticker over it, a little fake sticker, but underneath it says "Get Back," and they put "Let It Be" on top there. But the book is great. You get some really nice shots of the guys hanging out. Little foreword from Paul. And then liner notes. Tons of liner notes with some more pictures of the guys. They track by track information, which is really nice to have that as well. So you could just see who played on what and when it was recorded. Like, you know, Dig a Pony, the main track, was done on the rooftop. So that's pretty cool to have that there. Some tape boxes. Great picture of Billy. And that classic shot of them on the roof. Such a cool look. And that's it. You know, eventually I am going to pick up the... let me show you the CD. Here's a CD. And it does open up as a gatefold, which I wish they would have done like the American record where you had the pictures on the inside, like the original US gatefold had that. But, oh well. But yeah. That's it for that one. I do intend on picking up the record, the vinyl box, because I think it'd be cool to have the Get Back album on vinyl. I thought about getting the CD box because it's this tiny little thin slipcase thing which houses the CD, and you know, the collector in me was like, I could just play it all on Spotify and then play the record on my player, so I think that's probably what I'm going to do. But for now, the 2 CD set is holding me over. I've been loving it. So that's it. Let It Be. 9 out of 10. No problem. This particular mix, definitely a 9 out of 10. It's just a fun album. It's fun to hear them loose. Is it the best thing they've ever done? No, but that's what makes it fascinating. That's what makes it great, because you take a band known for their perfection and you get to see them, warts and all, figure things out. And that takes guts. It takes a lot of guts, and not a lot of bands can do that, being like, well, here's our half-baked ideas. Hope you enjoy. Most people would see that as sloppy and lazy, but for them, that was the point. And they have a lot of really strong songs on this thing, and plus they got to play a concert on top of the roof of Apple Studios. So, I mean, fascinating time for the band, fascinating era for them, and it's amazing that they went on to make even better music after this with Abbey Road. So, I mean, it's just an incredible body of work they produced, and, you know, 100 years from now, people are still going to be playing this album and still analyzing it and still talking about it. So, you know, it's unbelievable. It truly is. They were a magical band on a mystery tour. But that's it. I'll say 9 out of 10 for now. My name is Giggens. Tell me what you think of the new mix down below, and we'll talk about it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.